What's up? How y'all doing? I kind of just wanted to make a quick review on all the videos that I already posted. Um, just to sum it up, I guess, real quick for everybody. Basically, invest on one-on-one. Come on. You got to investigate. You got to invest in yourself. You got to learn as much as you possibly can. You got to find mentors. You have to have role models. You have to model after people who are successful. You have to learn that investing is a time thing. Not only about making money and watching the market go up and down or whatever. It's literally about put your money in the market, wait 30, 40 years, and invest in things that are actually going to last 30, 40 years. If you're scared about investing, don't invest in something you never heard of and that doesn't have a future. Education. That should be a personal investment for yourself. There's books in libraries. There's videos all over YouTube of how to do pretty much anything. There's seminars. There's people all over the world that are trying to teach people. You know, in 2020, this is technically like the greatest time to accomplish anything in this lifetime. And so basically you should have no excuses. Now, subscribe to the channel. Comment too. Drop a comment, only because I want to talk to the people watching my videos. I want to get to know you guys. You know, let me know whether or not you've started investing, whether you started investigating, whether you started learning anything about investing, you know, or what your best investments were. You know, my YouTube channel is unscripted. It's unedited. Okay, I will be working on that because clearly a lot of my videos aren't getting as much love as I would like. However, I kind of anticipated that anyway. So, and at this point with my YouTube channel, I'm realizing, yeah, there are techniques I can use to improve my views. There are tricks to increase the traffic to your channel without being spammy. You know, what else? My channel pretty much covers the basics. Get off your ass, go get a book, read it. You know, if you want to have a regular job, a steady job for job security, then don't even look into investing, because you're gonna struggle for the rest of your life trying to catch up with your bills forever. Okay, unless you're getting paid prevailing wages or, you know, basically a good wage, then you're a waste of time. So yeah, I mean, shit, just get off your ass, do what you love. You know, that's another thing. A lot of people do what they're told. You know, oh, a doctor pays a lot of money and a lawyer pays a lot of money, but they don't want to be a lawyer and they don't really want to be a doctor. They just want to do it because it pays a lot of money. That's stupid. You know, there's so many people that just invest in things that make millions based on their investments, and their investments may start at like 5,000 and then that turns into, let's say, 8,000, and they take that extra 3,000 and invest it somewhere else. That 3,000 turns into 5,000. They take that extra 2,000, they invest that somewhere else. Investing is about investigating and learning the business or whatever. You know, you basically move your money around, but you don't take it out. You know, move it around, just don't take it out. Leave the initial investment there. And actually, technically, when you are investing, if you want to avoid taxes and whatnot, you know, then you don't take your money out. You pretty much just leave it in there and let it accumulate, you know. And then when you do take it out, you got to invest it in the right thing, so that way your money isn't taxed and you can actually reap most of it. You know, still, there's lots to learn about investing. You know, humble yourself. You know, learn as much as possible. If you feel as though I'm not providing enough content, continue searching. You know, check out my other videos. Tell me, you know, why it was good or why it wasn't. You know, keep it simple with me, you know. Always gotta stay hydrated too. Make sure you stay hydrated. No matter what, stay hydrated. You know, I gotta get a studio. You know, I was researching some videos about how to pretty much set up your YouTube channel with a studio, whether you want a green screen, your lighting and whatnot like that. So I understand there's a lot of things to work on, but I'm learning. And so in the meantime, my time is being invested to learn and investigate as much as possible, and then I will be making sound decisions when it comes time to actually spending my money. And before I actually make the investment into this channel, you know, I kind of need to see that I can actually create a following, that people actually, you know, pay attention to my videos, or even be interested enough to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video that comes up. You know, like I need some insurance, you know. So before I invest and start spending a bunch of money on this channel and setting up a whole entire room to just record YouTube videos, and then doing endless hours of research to get the right information to give it to you guys, you know, in a 10-minute video, and you guys can appreciate it and value it, you know, and be able to replay it and get something that you can gain from it. You know, maybe come back and say, you know what, when I watched that video, I learned this and I was able to do that. You know, my videos are basic. They're not too complicated. I'm not trying to talk too, you know, sophisticated for you. I'm trying to keep it nice and simple and dumb, okay? I need it to be just dumb for you guys, you know. I'm not saying you're dumb, but I gotta dumb it down so that way you guys can understand me. Hopefully not too dumb, because then you won't bother with me, which I understand and I respect, because you shouldn't waste your time with somebody that don't know a lick of spit, okay? But however, I'm not telling you where to put your money or what to do with your money. I'm telling you to learn as much as possible before you do anything with your money, you know, to basically excuse me, take advantage of the time that you have. If you're young, if you're watching this video and you're like 18, you know, you got your whole future ahead of you. You know, like if I was 18 right now, and let's just say, you know, I was living with my parents or whatever, and they said, you know what, we'll let you stay until you graduate college. You got until you're 21, then you got to get the heck out. Well, if I had that right now, 18 to 21, those 3 years, and they wasn't saying, oh, you got to pay me rent, or either that, or I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to give you all my money. You take whatever you want for rent, and you just save the rest for me, so that way I can invest it. That's what I would do. You know, if I could go back to my first job when I first started working, you know, if I knew about investing, if I knew that I could invest my money and be a part owner of a lot of these big companies, you know, like even McDonald's, I could have invested in McDonald's as a kid, you know what I mean? So I know I made over $5,000 or $10,000 in when I was a teenager, you know, anywhere from 15 to 19. So within those 4 years, I definitely made $5,000 or $10,000 that I could have invested. And now here later on in my life, probably 20 years later from that point, you know, I'm thinking like, wow, you know, like I didn't make those investments, but why? The only reason I didn't make the investments because I didn't know. That's it. Not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't know. So knowledge is everything, you know, and what you do with it is what makes a difference in your life. I mean, if I had invested back then, I'd be a millionaire today. I'd have no concern for anything right now. As far as financial stresses, I wouldn't be financially stressed at all. The only stress I'd have is how do I get to 100 million or a billion even, you know. That'd be my concern. I'd be stressed out like, wait a minute, I'm not completely free. I'll be free when I got $1 trillion or something, you know. Like the whole point is that there's a lot of things I didn't know as a teenager. So if there's teenagers watching my videos, or if you're in your young 20s, even if you're in your 30s or your 40s, it's never really too late to invest. An investment in your future is huge, you know, and you guys just got to consider like how much you can invest not only in yourself with all your time. Like if you come home from work and you turn on the TV and just sit there and watch TV, you're an idiot. you're wasting your damn day. You're wasting your time. You know, there's nothing on that damn TV, and there's nothing productive about sitting on your ass staring at something. So if you're gonna sit on your ass and stare at something, let it be a book, you know, and read the book and gain knowledge and stimulate your mind and learn what you can. Because in this world, if everything's information age and we're all technology and whatnot, what good is sitting on your ass watching Netflix or TV? You know, what good is that? Seriously, like, you're not gaining anything. You're being lazy and you're being useless. You're like literally deteriorating and rotting away. If you was to add up all the time that you spend after you get out of work just sitting on your ass watching the television, and you use that time to actually read books, investigate, learn about investing, what to invest in, index funds, etc., etc., etc. If you learned in that same time, there would be no reason to sit on your ass and watch TV, because you could just go anywhere you want. So instead of watching a TV show about people out in Miami, you could just go to Miami. Instead of watching a show where people are in Dubai, you can go to Dubai. You can go wherever you want when you live your life with a purpose. And so sitting in front of a TV, that's purposeless, okay? There's no reason to be in front of the TV getting programmed, okay? Programmed to do what? To be lazy? You know, to what? Maybe want to drink a soda or something? Like, seriously, like, you know, or to stay tuned and watch the next episode. You know, that's pretty much what TV is or whatever. And you know, they're not offering you nothing with the television. So what you got to do is you really got to consider how you're spending your time. You know, look back over the last 5 years, okay, and think about how much time you spent working, learning, and doing absolutely nothing. Look at that, you know, and calculate it all and ask yourself, did I spend my time wisely, or did I waste my time? Or was I making an investment with my time? So investing one-on-one, like I said, it's all about investing. All my videos, you know, to basically sum them up, it's investing in yourself in order to invest and make money, you know, and basically to invest in your future or whatever. Invest in yourself, you know. It's a quality that you'll gain by doing research and learning, and that'll just change your life. Trust me, it'll change your life so much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all need to enjoy our lives, you know. 2020 was supposed to have flying cars or whatever, but I don't know who the hell is going to be able to drive a flying car if all you do is sit on your ass and watch TV when you get out of work. You know, like, that's not how it works. So everybody would have to learn how to be a pilot. Nobody wants to learn how to do anything. Everybody wanted to fly cars and whatnot, but nobody took flight lessons and learned how to fly. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's common sense. You want a flying car, you got to learn how to fly first. You know, and I guarantee everybody who says, oh man, it's 2020, we should have had a flying car, none of them know how to fly. Okay, so make sure you invest your time wisely and learn as much as possible. You know, invest your time in learning. There's absolutely nothing to gain by wasting your time. You know, there's nothing to gain. You know, interact with the world, network, make a difference. You know, do what you love, live your dream. You know, invest in one-on-one. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys, subscribe to the channel, okay? Drop a comment, okay? Because I'm getting views, so I know my videos are being watched, but I'm not getting comments. So I need comments. I'd appreciate them. And yeah, because it helps me to basically work on my channel and trust. You know, I'm going through a YouTube phase as a beginner YouTuber, and I'm working on learning as much as possible so that way I can actually provide better YouTube videos with better content. Not saying that my content isn't good, but it's not scripted. So if I can script it, then you guys know exactly what you're getting from my videos, and it'll be easier to locate and actually gain something from these videos. And like this one, for example, it's basically, I can only put reviewed all my videos and to sum up my channel or something, you know what I mean? Because I'm not hip to all the tricks yet. I do know some, you know, but I don't know them all. So I just kind of want you guys all to invest your time properly, you know. Do what you love, and whatever the hell you're good at, sell that, you know. So people don't realize how talented they are. You know, they work their ass off at a job, and the job treats them like shit, even though they know that they're working their ass off and making the biggest difference, but their boss is an asshole. 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, the boss is an asshole because the boss is afraid of losing his job to you. And that's why when you're busting your ass on a job, they don't show you appreciation. They don't want to give you a raise. They don't want to keep you around. If anything, they make it harder on you because they rather you mess up and leave so they don't lose their position. Now, how is that job security? At least when you're an entrepreneur or you're an investor, nobody else can affect you or your money. But when you're working for somebody, you better believe that whoever's on top or whoever's above you in that job does not want you to take their spot, and they will do whatever it takes to make sure that you fail. Now, me personally, I don't want to work in that scenario, you know, because I have, you know, and it was difficult and can turn into a hostile environment when you have somebody who doesn't appreciate the work ethic that you have or the production that you bring. You know, I was very productive and I was accomplishing a lot, and actually my boss was starting to be ignored by my coworkers, and my coworkers were asking me for advice and how to do this, that, and the other, and basically asking me what to do. They was coming to me like I was in charge, and that made my boss pretty upset, because my boss felt as though, oh, you know, like, what do you think you are, a fucking hot shit, you know, or whatever the case be, you know. And I just told him, I was like, you know, like, if I'm on a job and somebody asks me for help, I'm going to help them, you know. And I don't understand why they're coming to me asking me for help instead of going to you, because if you know your stuff and you're really good at it, they should be going to you and not me. So clearly I was better than the people I was working with, and I wasn't on the good end of that, meaning like, me working my hardest and doing my best, I thought I would achieve a greater position or a greater pay. Instead, I achieved a greater headache, and, you know, it was more of a hassle, you know, and I just couldn't do it. So, you know, that's more so what pushed me to be my own entrepreneur, is the fact that no matter where I worked and no matter how hard I worked, you know, the closer I got to the top, the more they pushed me away and didn't want me to take their spot. And so when I started working for myself, you know, and trying to be an entrepreneur, I saw money coming like that, extremely fast. And when I'm talking about a lot of money, I mean lots of money, and for definitely less work. So you'd be surprised, you know, to the point where I'll tell you a little secret myself. I was making so much money, and I can still make so much money, that I kicked myself for all the time that I spent working on a clock, getting paid by an hourly wage. Once I became an entrepreneur, I told people what I wanted to get paid by the hour, and I started at $150. And I definitely went up from there. So I went from a minimum wage job making $7 an hour and worked my way up to $14 an hour. Thought I was doing good, thought everything was great, thought I'd get some more raises, and I didn't. And then next thing you know, I was getting $125 an hour working for myself, then $150 an hour working for myself, and $300 an hour working for myself. One day, let's see if I could do the math. 6 hours, I made $3,500 in 6 hours. So what's the math on that? $600 an hour, maybe, you know. The whole point is when you're an entrepreneur, if you know your stuff, you can get paid what you're worth. And if you know your stuff when it comes to investing, you can invest and make a lot of money. And the only way to know what to invest in is to learn about investing. And YouTube has plenty of videos. I hope this helps. I hope that you build a little confidence and you decide that, you know what, hey, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna try to learn as much as possible, and I'm gonna consider investing, and, you know, and learn where I could put my money so that way it makes money, you know, and maybe even be an entrepreneur so you could put people to work and you can give people a better opportunity than the opportunity that you had. You know, when I started hiring people to to work for me, I told them right away, $15 an hour, nothing less. Anything less, I don't even feel right. I said I was getting paid $14 an hour to bust my ass, so I don't feel comfortable giving anybody less than $15 an hour. I don't care what the job is, $15 an hour. And there are certain jobs where I paid $25 an hour, $35 an hour, $50 an hour, $60 an hour. I paid different amounts to different people with different skill sets. Okay, so the whole point is I was able to change people's lives and give other people a taste of the entrepreneur spirit, you know, a taste of the reality and the benefits of being an entrepreneur. Like it's a wonderful experience, you know, and sometimes it can be bad, but at the end of the day, you surround yourself around the right people and you'll be happy forever. And all those upset people, or the people that aren't rocking with you, or you know, the little angry people, or whatever you want to call them, the haters, you know what I'm saying, they won't even matter to you. You know, the only time they ever matter to people is when they're too close. So if you get all the bad people away from you and you surround yourself with good people, influential people, people that are living a great life, billionaires, millionaires, you know, investors, mentors, there's so many people in this world that want to help and make a change in this world. And then you have all the haters that don't ever want to see you do good. Learn how to separate the two and learn how to stick with the ones that are good and to just stay away from the ones that are bad, you know, because they're never going to be any good to you. And eventually they're going to be surrounded by nothing but bad people. They're going to be looking around and saying, damn, like, where are all the good people at? They must have left. And that's the case. All the good people are leaving. A lot of people say, oh, how'd this person become a millionaire? How'd that person become a billionaire? They separated themselves from everybody that wasn't interested in becoming a millionaire. All the doubters, all the, oh, you can't do that. All the people who don't believe that you can't achieve anything, you know, and your mind is very powerful. So put your mind to it and you could do it, that's for sure. Anyway, let me wrap up this video. I made it quite a while for you guys. Hopefully you stay tuned for the duration and you look forward to my latest videos. I'm gonna talk a little more about things. I can't wait till I start editing and producing videos with, you know, like visuals that are more impressive and capturing of your attention. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your time.